So today I want to document something very interesting. Like some of you know who were present at Dr. Joe's 7-day advanced event in Denver and in Orlando. And in fact, he also, I'm not sure, I think he also brought it up at the AFU in Marco Island. But he talked about how in meditation, you know, one of the things that we can use meditation for is as we are observing the particles in the state that they're in right now at this moment, by using your consciousness in meditation and applying the formula, you can turn them back into the waveforms of energy and then rearrange them with your focused attention to rearrange into the particles that you want, which in essence is what brings manifestation into 3D. So he talks about how he is meditating, he's out in nature, in the forest, and he's out where there's just trees and grass and dirt. And he had this whim of a notion where he basically said, gosh, it would be great. I really, would love to have some just nice, Italian bread. And then a few minutes later, thud, from the sky, a chunk of bread, this entire thing of bread just landed on the floor. And he's like, what the heck? This is crazy. So it's like, wow. Now, experiencing everything that I've experienced, I actually believe and I know that this is true. And so here I am today and I'm going, this is what Dr. Joe must have felt like, because the last 2 days have been working with Apple, spending a lot of hours and time with Apple Care, who are incredible. The technical support people for Final Cut Pro are just amazing. And so I was thinking, gosh, I'm having trouble, uploading, some of my things. That's not the main reason why I called, but while we were waiting for things to process on my computer, which is a fairly new laptop, I asked them just very casually, I said, what things can I do to increase my internet speed so that my uploads don't take so long? We talked about VPNs, which I have a VPN, having it on versus not. I've tested upload and download speeds with it on, with it off. Long story short, then I just threw out, I said, do you have maybe a Wi-Fi extender or something along those lines? I don't even know enough about what the name of this gadgetry is to even, ask. However, basically they said, that's outside of our scope of, support and so forth. And so day before yesterday, I've talked to a gal who was really phenomenal. And then yesterday I talked to a guy and I just casually brought it up. I said, hey, do you have any expertise or would you have any guidance in this? This is above my pay grade. And I heard something about Wi-Fi extenders, but I really don't know anything about it. And so is there something that you could recommend? And he really very politely said, we're not really allowed, outside of Apple products itself, we can't really give you any advice. And so I thought, okay, no problem. And I thought, gee whiz, I wish I had a Wi-Fi extender, at least I could try one, but I don't even know enough about Wi-Fi extenders. I just need to start my research and do Google searching and check PC Magazine and CNET and other technology trade journals that would give me some insight as to what they are, how they work, and what are the criteria to pick the best one, what's the price range, the low, the high, kind of my own little consumer report, so that then I can check the reviews and then make an educated, decision on what Wi-Fi extender to get. So I just kind of left it at that, but I hadn't done any of those things, and I told them I haven't even had a chance to Google this yet, so I just got wind of this recently, so I'm bringing it up to you guys because you guys are techies. Just kind of left it at that. The next thing I know, I got a text message telling me that I have a package that's delivered at my front door. And I said, I'm not expecting anything from Amazon. I'm like, I got everything that I ordered. So I'm like, what could it possibly be? I go, maybe I ordered something and I forgot. So I go to open this package and, it's a typical Amazon package, nothing novel and new about that. And when I look at the box, look what it says. Yeah, it's a Wi-Fi range extender. And I said, what? And so I didn't even look at the company that it was from or anything. I just thought, it's like, it's an Amazon package. Wi-Fi range extender. I'm like, wait a minute. I don't even know enough to, order a Wi-Fi range extender. So I opened it up and I'm going, I'll be darned, it's a Wi-Fi range extender. So I go to, just right before I turn this camera on, I go to my Amazon account, I click on orders. Where are my orders? Okay, see up here it says orders. So I'm clicking on orders. You can clearly see that I've bought, you know, a cable for my camera. And so I can use my camera as a hard drive, believe it or not. I got an orgone pyramid. I have a portable charger. But that's for the last 30 days. There's no Wi-Fi extender in my order. So there's no record of me ordering it. There's no record of me paying for it. There's no record of it being delivered to me. But I very much have a Wi-Fi extender in my hot little hand. It's actually plugged to the wall right now, and I got to figure out, I need to go through these instructions, so I'm going to have to Google that, follow these instructions, or because I guess you could use it for a mobile phone. I didn't even know. This is how little I know about Wi-Fi extenders. You can hook it up to your mobile phone, or you can hook it up to your PC. And you're like, oh, wow, that's cool. You have an option of either or. That's awesome. The point being here is this came out of nowhere, and I just, of course, I've been meditating a lot the last several days because there are certain things that I am in the midst of creating and manifesting, and I'm very excited about those things. I'm always doing this type of stuff, and I'm always meditating, but I did take a lot of extra time the last 2 days, really, to meditate extra. And I've had a lot of video to edit, and so, as you know, there's downtime when your computer is tied up with uploading a video where you can't use your computer. And I have, between private clients, I have, you know, I'm right now in the midst of trying to make extra space so that I can get through my list of private clients that are, it's still out to February of 2022. I'm trying to reduce that. So what I think is so awesome is that out of thin air, I had a very light feeling, and yeah, it was a clear intention because I've been focusing on technology quite a bit, but I wasn't expecting to materialize it in this way. And this is just going to show, I think, to us how powerful our thoughts are, and how there are things that without a lot of effort you can materialize this. I don't even have any clue what this costs. I have none. And now I'm thinking, I'm like, okay, one of my conversations with the Apple guy was about getting a RAID, which has 4 portable hard drives that you can have, you know, they could be 20 terabytes or even greater each, so that you have enough memory, so I wouldn't have some of these problems of running out of storage and things like that. So you know, I have that in my mind too, which is just came on my radar, you know, as of last night, and talking to Jay, who is amazing. But this is just documenting this manifestation, which was such a, in one area, I want to say it's a light manifestation, but my desire was great to improve my Wi-Fi speed. That I will say, it's occupying a bigger amount of real estate in my consciousness without a shadow of a doubt. So right now, as we speak, I still have this video that should have uploaded in 3 hours, 2 hours, 45 minutes should have been the upload time, because it's over an hour long. And it should have been done by 9 o'clock this morning, and it's past 3 o'clock. It's 4:28 in the afternoon, and it's still like at 50%. I don't know if I could even show you guys. It's still showing at 50%. I might have to abort and do this all over again, which would be unfortunate. But maybe once I get my Wi-Fi extender, maybe it'll go up in less than 3 hours. Maybe it'll take 1 hour. Gosh, it would be awesome if it only took 30 minutes. Maybe I can create that with the Wi-Fi extender. Now an hour video that's 12, 15 gigabytes will be up in 30 minutes, or even faster. That would be awesome if it were 30 or 33 minutes, because, you know, secrets of the universe are the 369. Anyhow, I'm just doing this video to document that. Let me know what your experience have been with these kind of manifestations that are really, Dr. Joe talks about tuning into new potentials and about materializing physical objects. I've materialized a blue horse, which I didn't even think existed on the planet, and I thought I was going to get a cartoon, or I was going to get a sticker of a blue horse, or a ceramic that was a blue horse. I didn't think it was actually going to be a real live breathing blue horse. That's a whole other video. I think I talk about it during the 90-day heart-made consciousness experiment, because it happened during that 90-day consciousness experiment, and that was to manifest a heart-made, and part of what came about was that. And I was just asking for a sign that I connected to the divine, and I said, if I connected to the divine in my meditation, I said, show me that I connected to you by, materializing or bringing into my experience a blue horse. And then a real live breathing blue horse actually exists on the planet. So, ladies and gentlemen, you don't know what you don't know until you know it. That has been a mantra that I've said for years, probably the better part of 15 years, maybe even longer. And it is proving itself to be so true on so many dimensions, because as I sit here as of this recording, I have a Wi-Fi range extender in my hot little hand. So, hot little hand. See, you don't have to be perfect to do these videos on YouTube or anything in life for that matter. You don't need perfection. So, yeah, I had to point out I said hand instead of hand. If you're looking for errors or mistakes on this video, knock yourself out. You're going to find lots. This will be a nice little juicy project for you because there's lots of errors. I'm sure you can find video errors, you can find pronunciation errors, you can find lighting errors, sound errors, who knows, things I haven't even thought of errors. So if that's what your focus is on, you're going to have a field day. Probably things, maybe asymmetry on my face, something with my hair. I don't know. I'm just making everything up at this point. If you're looking for errors, you're going to have a field day, because this is a great playground for you, because I am flawed. I am not perfect. If you're not of that mindset, if you're not of that vibrational frequency, and you're looking for things that you can walk away with that will facilitate, educate, encourage, empower, and uplift you so that you know that you can be relaxed and awake, and start to apply the formulas so that you can materialize what it is that you want, and start to move your life in the direction of your life goals and dreams, and start to get, you don't have to wait. Don't wait, create. This has been something I've been telling people in my private practice. I'm starting to share it now more with you guys too on the YouTube videos, but I tell people, because they eventually will say during a session, well, I'm waiting for da 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 da. I go, don't wait, create. There's no need for you to wait. Create instead. And things, you don't know when, you don't know how, and it really doesn't matter. When you're in that creation mode, there's no such thing as time, so you know that you put the order in 5D, quite literally. I put the order in 5D very lightly, not even, putting a lot of intention into that, but my desire was high to solve this problem. And I have a Wi-Fi range extender that I know nothing about, but I'm about to learn how to get it set up, and something about SSID, how to pull it up on my laptop or my cell phone, whatever device I choose to use as my internet source. Anyhow, so thank you for tuning in, tapping in, turning on another documented manifestation. And if you've had a manifestation that you've been able to pull into your reality and you've created as a result of not waiting and acting in the moment and allowing yourself to do this, please share with me in the comments below. I would love, absolutely adore to hear what your story is. If you send me a video, even better yet, I would absolutely love to watch a video. If you're on Facebook, do a live video on Facebook, or if you have a YouTube channel, put the link on my wall, referencing this video and sharing your creation, your materialization. Because all we're doing is everything, there's nothing that's static. Everything is dynamic, fluid, and moving and grooving. And we are creating in this moment, just like I'm creating this video. I intended to create this video once I had the realization that I had this manifestation of a Wi-Fi range extender. I'm still so thrilled and excited. And I'm like, thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh my gosh, thank you, thank you. I'm saying thank you to God, thank you to the universe, thank you to the divine, thank you to my angels, thank you to all my spirit guides, thank you to all the healing energies, all the supernatural and magical energies that are across all of the universes, multiverses. It doesn't really matter, but just thank you. And I thank you to Dr. Joe for bringing me to the point where I am with intention, mindfully using my conscious awareness now, and I'm not always like a floodlight. I'm now the master of my ego, the master of my brain, the master of my own, destiny. It's like, this is my manifest destiny, and I'm doing it with my inward attention, which is my intention. That's it. There's not even a brand on this. I don't know. I think this is a no-name brand, so this is not a sponsored thing. And then I looked up the company that sent this. They're a global company. They're like in 75 countries. Never heard of them before. They're a logistics and packaging company. So I've never heard of them before. I have no ties to them in any way, shape, or form. So this is truly a materialization. So you can tell I'm still like in so much joy and awe. And I'm going to milk this because I'm going to take this feeling and I'm going to apply it to other things that I am manifesting, which is part of the secret and part of the formula. You have a clear intention. You marry it with an elevated emotion of awe, gratitude, appreciation, joy, thrilled, excitement, just awesomeness, from the pasta family, awesome sauce. This is total awesome sauce stuff, it's awesome. So I want to share this joy with you. Okay, you're still watching, aren't you? This is it. I'm finally going to finish this. Yeah, so it's going to be a different ending this time. Yeah, I'm clearing my throat because I got a little froggy. See? Some would say that's a defect. Those of you who are more open-hearted and more loving would say that's endearing. Doesn't matter either way. I'm being kind of goofy today because I'm stoked that I have a Wi-Fi extender. Okay, this is probably going to be one of the goofiest videos that I've done. Time out.